Did you start it?
Yep, let's go.
Okay, class. Thank you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Restore Vinyasa class. My name is Emily, and I'm going to be taking you through this hour-long sequence geared towards helping you reset your nervous system, come to a space of clarity and confidence so that you can move into the rest of your work week and work day with more peace and calmness. So, with that, grab your mat if you don't already have it. Come to a comfortable seated position on your mat, and we'll get started. All right, so just coming to an easy seated position. All right, so just coming to an easy seated position. We're going to start by doing a couple of spinal movements to just warm up the spine, the through line of the body. So we're going to start with just a couple of shoulder circles. You can place your hands right on your knees. Keep your eyes open or closed, whatever you prefer. We're just going to take a couple moments to tune into our breath and then start to build some movement in. So starting to just take notice of the air moving in and out through the body. At this moment, working to lengthen the exhales. And just slow down the breath. Beginning to feel the breath move in through the nostrils. Visualizing the air moving into the third eye space as you breathe in. And as you exhale, visualizing the air leaving the nostrils. As you're doing that, starting to connect that in and out breath movement to the quality of the thoughts that are moving in and out of your head right now. So noticing as you take an inhale, what's coming into your space, what are you tuning into as you become present here in this class, as you become present in this body. And noticing what thoughts are moving through as you exhale, noticing what's releasing, what's diminishing, what's letting go, what's no longer serving you in this space and time. Just sort of connecting the rhythmic motion of breathing in and breathing out to that act of bringing in what you desire, what you are creating, and letting go of all that is no longer serving you. We can invoke our Ujjayi pranayama here, our bright breathing technique that will sustain for the remainder of class. So bringing the tip of the tongue to the top palate of your mouth and pressing that tip of the tongue in, I find can help to strengthen those inhales and exhales, giving your tongue a little counter pressure. And then working to release the jaw, any tension that you're holding in the face, eyebrows, that space between the eyebrows, softening, letting the shoulders fall away from the ears, and checking in with the spine, noticing is the spine nice and long, are my sits bones grounded here in this space, Noticing all of these things as we mindfully check into where we're at. From here, let's draw the belly in. Put a gentle tuck in the chin, just to elongate the back of the neck. So not so much that you're looking down, but you're just feeling the back of your neck elongate here. From here, let's start to make some circles around the shoulders. So bringing the shoulders up to the ears on the inhale, and as you exhale, allowing the shoulders to roll down away from the ears. Moving maybe 3 or 4 breaths here in one direction. Noticing anything that's coming up, any hesitation or sticky points. And starting to circle in the opposite direction. And then from here, we're going to move the left hand to the top of the right knee as we start to twist the body, moving the right hand back behind the right butt cheek. As you inhale, it sit up nice and tall, elongating that spine once again. And as you exhale, we'll twist through the soft belly, beginning to take our gaze over that right shoulder. Inhaling to sit up nice and tall, noticing any extra space we create as we move deeper into this twist. And as you exhale here, seeing if you can extend that twist just a little bit further, wringing out the middle of the body like you would a washcloth. Nice job. Inhale as you come back to center. Placing the right hand to the top of the left knee, the left hand behind you. And your next natural inhale will sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, we're going to twist through the soft belly, taking your gaze over past that left shoulder. With each inhale, checking in. Each exhale, releasing something that's no longer serving. It's fear, doubt, it's an unhelpful thought pattern. Let's just bring hands to heart center here, touching our thumbs to our sternum, sitting nice and tall, and then just gently bowing the head down. Feeling the hands press into one another, and that force of energy that you can create just between your palms. From here, I invite you to set an intention for this class. Something that you can come back to in a moment, maybe when you need to refine your breath, refocus the mind. Let's take a big inhale as we reach the arms out wide, stretching the hands out wide. Pulling those hands back behind us to shine the chest forward, lift the chin. And then as you exhale, let's bring the hands behind the head. Begin to tuck the chin, draw the elbows together. Inhale, opening the elbows, lifting the chin and the chest. Then exhale, tucking the chin, bringing the elbows to touch, or to come together. Inhale to open. And exhale to tuck. Let's do one more just inhale, opening the elbows, lifting the chin. And exhale, tucking the chin, drawing the elbows close. Nice job. Inhale, lift the chin. Stretch the arms out wide once again. Let's cactus the arms this time. Draw the elbows back behind us once more, really shining that chest forward. And as we exhale, we're just going to fold forward over our bent legs, walking the hands slowly. And if you feel comfortable, maybe bowing the head down. Still feeling that breath moving in and out. Even in these surrendering, more relaxing postures. Really an opportunity here to really deepen into that breath awareness. It's often in the slowing down that we struggle. Exactly how to be present in a space where there's no direction, nothing to accomplish or to achieve. A lot of space to meet ourselves and what we desire and need. As we start to walk the hands back to center, as you lift the chest. From here, we're going to move into our cat-cow pose, so coming onto the hands and knees. Placing the hands right under the shoulders, fingers spread wide, pressing the fingerprints down, knees right under the hips. Shins pressing into the earth, tops of the feet flat on the ground. Throw a blanket underneath your knees if there's a need for a little bit more cushion there. From this space, we'll inhale to lift the chin and the chest, let the belly drop and the tailbone splay, the head roll back. And as you exhale, we'll tuck the chin, round through the shoulders, pull the belly button up towards the back of the spine as you lift the center of your body up to the sky. And just moving at the pace of your inhales and exhales, let's move through our cat and cow for about 10 rotations. From here, we're going to come back to a neutral cat and cow space. We're going to tuck the toes under so that the heels are lifted. And then just start to put the weight back into the hips, sending the hips back towards the heels. We're mainly working to open the calf space here, the bottoms of the feet, stretching from the bottom to the top as we work our way into more full body positions. Just starting small here. Might feel more intense on one side or the other. You might need to pick the hips up and readjust. If it becomes too intense, you can just untuck the toes and move into a child's pose. Or just lift the hips off the heels and just take a little pressure off. Just meeting yourself in the space, knowing intuitively what is enough and what is too much and what is not enough. From here, we're going to come back into that cat and cow position. We're just going to untuck the left toes and then extend that right leg back long, keeping the right toes tucked. So we're just going to increase this stretching, this lengthening to the whole of that right leg. So just tucking the right toes under and just pressing back through the heel. You can feel some elongation through that whole right leg. Two more breaths here, nice and deep. And from there, we're going to pivot on that left knee, just kicking that left ankle out just slightly here, giving ourselves a little bit more of a stable base. And we're going to turn the right heel down and begin to circle that right arm up to the sky. Maybe lifting the gaze as you reach those fingertips high. Here we're working to have one nice long stack, so shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip. If you'd like a little bit more, you can extend that arm forward and just reach the fingertips further forward, extending from fingertips to toes. One more deep breath in here. And as you exhale, bring that right hand down to the mat, keeping those right toes tucked. We'll pivot onto the ball of that right foot. Just coming to our downward facing dog, lifting that left heel up to the sky. Nice job. And bend to that left knee. Just allow that left hip to open. Maybe letting that heel fall behind you. And extend that leg. Just exploring this downward dog space with one leg lift. We add a little rotation into the knee. And then coming into a downward facing dog, we'll just bring both toes down onto the ground. And take 3 nice deep long breaths here. Neutral feet. As you inhale next, let's come into a plank position. Shoulders right above your wrists. And either have the heels right above the toes, or you can drop the knees down onto the mat, just keeping one nice long line. Your choice. For 3, 2, and last one. On your next exhale, we'll bring the knees down if you're not there already. Untuck the toes, and come back into that tabletop position. From here, let's move through a cat and cow, lifting the chin, letting the belly drop. And then exhaling into your cat pose, tucking the chin, rounding through the back and shoulders, and coming back to neutral. From here, we're going to extend that left leg long, tucking the left toes under. Just feeling the length of that left leg as we isolate this space, stretch. Maybe putting pressure more into the ball of the foot and then maybe to the pinky toe side. And just noticing what that does. From here, we're going to pivot on that right knee, just kicking out that right heel outside of our mat, just slightly, giving us a little bit more of a stable base. Then we'll turn that left heel down so that the pinky edge portion is parallel to the back of the mat. And then we'll reach that left hand high, extend through the fingers, and maybe lift the gaze up to the sky. Again, we're working to stack here, so shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip. Arms are an extension of the heart chakra, as are the hands. They can communicate varying degrees. Maybe you want to try to extend that. You can sweep that left arm forward. Feel the length of your fingertips all the way to your toes. On your next exhale, sweep that left arm down to the ground, feeling that transition as you move through it nice and slow. Keep those left toes tucked. We'll turn onto the ball of the left toes. And then begin to lift the right heel high as we move into our 3-limb downward facing dog. Maybe try putting a little rotation to the hip here, and then you can knee around in one direction or the other. Exploring the space as we move into it for the first time. And as you become ready in this next couple breaths, let's bring the right foot down to the mat. And start building our Ujjayi pranayama here in our downward facing dog by taking 3 nice, long, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Perhaps checking in with that intention. On your next inhale, let's peek forward and bend the knees. And as you exhale, let's tiptoe the feet all the way to the front of the mat. Finding our forward fold. When you get there, beginning to release the head and the neck. Releasing any tension that we hold here in the space. Letting the arms fall heavy. Bring them behind the knees or maybe clasp each elbow. This first down dog, you maybe have a nice bend in the knees, taking a knee overextension from the low back and just replacing that with tension in the back of the hamstrings. start to roll all the way up to a standing pose. Letting the chin be the last thing to untuck as you become tall in this space. Let's let the arms extend up towards the sky as we lift the gaze. And as you exhale, let's bring hands to heart center. Mountain pose. Letting the shoulders fall away from the ears. Taking a breath here. Feeling grounded in the space. Feeling all four corners of those feet rooted into the ground. Feeling your pelvis just slightly tuck under, so to engage your lower abdominals here. As that core of your body becomes stronger, start to feel the shoulders fall away from the ears, the back become long. Let's add a gentle tuck of the chin and the back of the neck to elongate. Excuse me. From here, let's reach the arms out wide again. We're going to add a little twist in here. So as we twist, our right hand, we're going to twist to the left first. Our right hand's going to come and kind of tap on that space right under our shoulder. And our back hand's going to come around our back and tap that space just right by our kidney. So as we kind of move through this space, we're going to rotate. So the left hand's going to tap right under that left shoulder, and the right hand's going to tap right below that left kidney. So just start to move at a pace that feels natural here. Not hitting yourself too hard, but just tapping these spaces. Little tapping exercise and rotation can kind of help regulate this nervous system, help us tap into our parasympathetic state, this rest and digest. Let's move through this, maybe 3 or 4 more rotations. And then come to just arms down by the sides. Let's inhale, reach the arms up high, nice and slow, opening the chest, taking a little gentle back bend as we lift the chin. And then as you exhale, let's bow forward as slow as you can go, all the way into a forward fold. A nice bend into the knees here as you come forward, so that the chest can hang heavy over the thighs. Inhale as you halfway lift, straightening the back, rocking the weight into the balls of the feet. Lifting the gaze just above your mat. And then let's exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, and find our plank pose. Holding in this plank pose for 4 nice deep long breaths. Making sure our butt's not sticking up or sunk down low. We want one nice long line from shoulders to heels, the core engaged. Pressing down through the hands as the fingertips spread wide and the fingertips grip into the mat. We're keeping our thighs active here, pulled up along with our knees. Let's go one more breath. And then as you exhale, as slow as you can go, we're lowering all the way down onto the mat. Nice job. We'll untuck the toes, press the tops of the feet into the mat, and begin to extend the arms back behind us. We're going to have the hands meet each other behind us as they form a little clasp. And as we inhale, we're going to lift the chest and the feet up off the earth as you squeeze the heels together. So inhale, lifting all the way up. We call this Shavasana. Exhale as you let the forehead come down as well as the feet. Next inhale, let's lift everything up again. And exhale, everything comes down. Inhale, lifting everything up. Exhale, everything comes down. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, everything comes down. Last one. Inhale, lift everything up. Let's hold for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and exhale, everything comes down. 1. Let's place the hands underneath the shoulders. Press the top of the chest up as we come back into our child's pose. Hips are going to sink towards the heels. Forehead is going to fall down towards the mat. Taking a nice deep breath in here. Letting everything go. Maybe kind of finding a nice big sigh out through the mouth. On your next inhale, let's come back to our tabletop pose. From here, just to transition, we're going to tuck the toes and come into our downward facing dog. Move nice and slow through these transitions. I truly believe transitions hold a lot of the key to finding our breath in this class. It's usually in movement that we become unsteady, so slowing things down just a little bit can really be helpful. On your next inhale, let's lift that right heel up off the earth. Heel comes high, toes point down. As you exhale, let's step that right foot forward and through. Finding a nice low lunge here on the mat. From here, either keep the knee lifted or bring the knee down to the ground. We're going to move into our crescent lunge. So on your next inhale, let's reach the arms up to the sky, lifting the gaze. Here, let's cactus the arms and start to draw the elbows back behind us, shining the chest open, lifting the chin. Then from here, in this wide stance, we're just going to straighten that right front leg. And from here, we're going to bow forward, bring our hands down to the ground. So you're kind of in like a wide-legged pyramid right now. As you can feel as we move through this class, the progression of that hamstring stretch is getting more intense as we go. And that's because the body's opening up here and allowing us to find some positions that continue to open us further. From here, we're going to pop up off that left ball of the foot and just step that left foot about 3 feet closer so we come into a traditional pyramid pose. There we go. From here, let's bring the hands to the shin and do a little halfway lift here in this pyramid. And then as we exhale, we'll bow in once again, bringing hands to the ground, letting the chest fall over the right thigh. And here in this pyramid pose, we're working to keep the hips neutral, so pulling that right hip back, pressing that left hip forward. So if somebody were to look at our back, they wouldn't see one hip cocked up high and one hip dipped down low. They'd see a nice kind of clean line from side to side. Nice job. From here, begin to lift the chin. Walk the hands up that right front knee. We'll come into a standing posture with pyramid legs. And then on your next inhale, we're going to draw that left knee up to the chest. Bring the hands around the shin. Give that left knee a big squeeze. Nice job. From here, we're going to bring that left ankle over top of the right knee. You're going to sit the hips back into a gentleman-style chair. Letting the top of the body fold over that left leg. If you're looking for a little bit more challenge, you can put a deeper bend into that right knee. If you're looking for a little less, you can just take a little bend out of the right knee. So you just play with that space here for just another breath or so. Inhale as you come, bringing the chest back up to a standing position. We'll wrap the right hand over top of that left knee. And then just begin to twist the body. Take the gaze back behind you. From here you can play with extending that left leg long or keeping it where it's at. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, we'll turn back to center and step that left foot down. Shake out the legs. Inhale, reach the hands high. And exhale, let's fold forward over slightly bent knees, Uttanasana. Inhale to halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, we'll plant the hands and step the feet back, finding our plank pose, holding this for another 4 breaths. No matter if you're on your feet or on your knees, just working to keep a nice strong line and the body engaged. More. On your next exhale, we'll lower everything down. This time we're going to untuck the toes. We'll take another form of Shavasana. So bringing the hands down to the sides. You can either come back into the first form, which is just bringing the hands together, or you can work to this next formation, which is putting a bend into the knees, drawing the heels towards the bottom, and then reaching back towards the ankles, working to wrap the hands around the ankles or the tops of the feet. And then as you inhale, we're going to try to draw the knees together as we lift everything up. So inhale, you're going to lift the knees up off the earth as you draw the thighs together. You might rock a little bit as you take an inhale, and as you exhale. Exhale as you let the forehead come down. Inhale, lifting up again. Maybe rocking here on the hips just slightly. And coming down. 2 more. Inhale, lifting. And slowly coming down. Last one. Inhale, lifting. And slowly coming down. Release the heels, the ankles. We'll bring the forearms underneath the shoulders so that we can just bring the palms of the hand flat on the ground. And from here, we're just going to rotate the neck circularly in a clockwise way. Noticing any kinks or sore or tender spots. Moving with the breath. And then moving in the opposite direction. From here, we're going to bring the hands under the shoulders and just press the hips back to tabletop position. And from here in tabletop, we're going to bring the forearms down, leaving the hips lifted off the heels, finding our puppy pose. So in puppy pose, arms are extended long out in front of us, the chest is falling down towards the earth, and we're working to bring either the chest, the chin, or the forehead down. Here, let's drag the hands back just about halfway. Come back through a tabletop position into a downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels. Let's take three nice deep long breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. Next inhale, let's lift that left heel high. Bending that left knee, opening that left hip space. Maybe roll the ankle around. And as you exhale, let's step that left foot forward and through. Down to the earth. Planting that left foot down, feel all four corners of that left foot. As we stay on the ball of the right foot, on our next inhale, we'll reach the fingertips up off the ground to the sky, finding our crescent lunge, lifting our gaze. And then as we exhale, we'll cactus the arms, start to draw the elbows back behind us as we open the chest and lift the gaze. A little bit deeper bend in that left knee. One more breath. And then as we exhale, we're going to straighten that left leg. Start to fold forward over this left leg. So we're in like a wide leg pyramid pose here. The ball of the back heel is probably still lifted up off the earth. If not, it's going to be down. There's quite a bit of space between the front and the back foot. Here we're just going to peek the head forward, lift the chest halfway, and kind of bounce off that back foot. Step that left or the right foot about 3 feet closer, so we're in a traditional pyramid stance. From here we'll lift halfway once again, lifting head and chest. And then exhale, bringing hands down to the ground and folding into our pyramid pose. Nice job. As you inhale, let's lift the chest. Start to walk the hands up that left leg. One hand at a time. We come to a standing pose. And then on our next inhale, we're going to put the weight into the left foot as we bring that right knee up and wrap our hands around that right shin. Holding here. Squeezing that right knee, and then as we exhale, we'll bring the right ankle over top of the left knee, bringing the hands to heart center, and then sitting the hips back in our gentleman style chair. So we want to keep the toes active here, and that means just pulling the toes in towards the knee so that we push through the heel. It will help us keep our balance. If you're struggling with balance, try to find a steady space on a wall or on the floor, about 4 or 5 feet in front of you, where you can focus your gaze, a place that's not moving. Maybe sitting the hips back just a little bit deeper. Starting to pull that right knee back into the chest once again. We'll bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Start to twist through the soft belly as we take that right hand back behind us. And let that gaze follow. So we're looking past that right shoulder, back behind us. Finding a steady point to focus your gaze. We call that steady point our dristi. One more breath here. Exhale as we start to move back forward. Bringing the hands around the right shin. Giving it one more little squeeze. And stepping that right leg down. We'll shake the legs out. Take a big inhale and reach the hands up high. And from here, let's step the feet out wide. So about as wide as the mat goes here. We'll open our stance up. Let's bring our hands to our hips. And then just do a couple of rotations clockwise. Rotating hips in all directions. And then moving in the opposite direction. Noticing any sticking points or sore spots. And just become aware of how the body is feeling. Nice job. Coming back to neutral here. We'll inhale, reach the hands up high. Then exhale, slowly fold forward. From here, we're going to bring the right hand over to that left ankle. And then reach that left hand up high, twisting through the soft belly. And as we exhale, we'll bring that left hand down and over to the right ankle. And inhale and reach that right hand up high. Exhale, bring the right hand down, twisting over, switching sides. Inhale, lifting that left hand high. And exhale, sweeping that left hand down over to the right ankle. Reaching the right hand high. Exhale as you bring both hands down to the earth, to the center. Take an inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, let's plant the hands and step the feet back. We'll take 3 now, nice deep long breaths in our plank pose. And let's move through our chaturanga this time. So lowering down halfway, elbows grazing the sides, keeping a nice long line, body lifted. Inhale, coming into up dog as we flip onto the tops of the feet, press down through the hands, lift the chin and the chest, tip the head back. And as you exhale, tuck the chin, press down through the hands, lift the hips to the sky, finding your downward facing dog. Take 3 nice deep long breaths here, and your downward facing dog. And on your next exhale, let's bring the knees down to the earth. Coming to our tabletop pose. From here, we're going to cross the ankles and roll over onto the hips, finding our seat. Beginning to extend the legs out in front of us. So let us start our floor asana here, finding our seated staff pose. So in seated staff, both legs are active, which means the toes pull in. The legs are pressing together and staying strong, so we're activating those legs. We're also pressing down through the hands at the sides of the hips. Hands are close to the body. And the shoulders are rolling away, so we're not rolling in, but we're rolling out, lifting the chest. Taking 3 nice deep long breaths here. One nice long spine. And as you exhale, let's fold over straight legs. This first time around, just keeping the back nice and long. So we're not rounding through the back yet. We're not tucking the chin or bringing our nose to our knees. We're just creating a nice long line from shoulder to hip as we rotate forward. Let's inhale, sit up tall. Take a deep breath. And then as we exhale, let's fold in once again. Reapproaching this time, maybe finding a different hand clasp, maybe bringing hands to ankles or toes or sides of the feet. Whatever feels most accessible for you. And then as we deepen in here, let's begin to round through the shoulders this time. Tuck the chin and deepen in. Inhale, coming up with our chin and our chest. We'll plant the hands, put a bend into the knees. Start to reach the hands forward and then slowly lower the back all the way down onto the ground, one little vertebrae at a time. Once the back comes all the way down, we'll bring the knees into the chest. Wrap our hands around our shins, give ourselves a nice little hug here. And a little rock from side to side, just feeling that low back. And then we'll extend that right leg long. And begin to pull that left knee over top as we twist through the spine. Bring that right knee or left knee down over to the right side. Coming into a supine twist. We can extend the arms out wide and take our gaze over that left shoulder to extend through this twist. Front of the head to the toes. If you're looking for a little bit more, you can straighten that right leg and grab the right toes. Coming back to center, bringing both knees into the chest, wrapping the hands around the shins, offering ourselves a little gentle hug. Maybe a little rock from side to side. And then we'll begin to straighten that left leg. And then bring the left hand over top of the right knee as you guide that right knee down to the ground and supine twist over on this left side. Take our gaze over to the right shoulder. Inhale. Let's bring the knees back into the chest once more. Wrapping the hands around the shins. Just giving yourself a whole lot of credit and gratitude for all this body has been willing to do for us today in this class. When you're ready, you can start to move towards your Shavasana pose. So bringing the heels down to the earth, maybe extending the legs long here. Maybe you keep a bend into the knees. Letting the toes tip away from side to side. I'm going to offer a mudra for this ending practice. This mudra is rooted in the series of elements that connects to our earth element, our most dense element, connects to our root chakra. This mudra is to evoke trust. So what I want you to do is to bring the thumb, the tip of the thumb and the tip of the forefinger together. And with the rest of the three fingers, tuck those fingers in. Now we're going to bring that over top of our belly and find the same mudra on our left side. So finger, thumb to forefinger. And then the three other fingers tucked in. And that one is going to come over our heart so that we're holding ourselves here in our center of creativity, control, and heart-centeredness. From this space, you can release that Ujjayi pranayama. And just tune into your rhythmic breath, all natural, unforced. Maybe connecting once again with that intention you set towards class. Just offering yourself gratitude for the space that you created for this today, in this practice. And the greater space that you're creating for this intention in your life. your senses back to my voice. Let's take one nice deep long inhale together. And one big sigh out. The light within me deeply honors, reflects the light in you. As we practice together, we grow brighter and stronger. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me today in this Reset and Restore Vinyasa class. Again, my name is Emily, and I teach this class on Mondays and Wednesdays here at the Berkeley Olympic from 12 to 1 p.m. I invite you to come join me in this space in person or online, whatever fits your needs most. Have a great rest of your day.